Hello my book loving friends, and welcome back to Storytime with Mary. This, book lovers, is where we get to read all of our favourite books, and if you're loving reading along with Mary, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our videos so that we can read together all the time. And I love that you are enjoying all the books that we're reading together because you tell me so every single day. And today is no different. We are going to read another cool book called The Time Travelling Shed. This book is written by Joshua McManus. So if you've got The Time Travelling Shed at home, grab it now and let's read it together. Book lovers, I want to tell you a fun fact about dinosaurs and cavemen, because in our book today, the dinosaur and cavemen come face to face and they're living together in the same place. But book lovers, I need to let you know the truth behind this, that actually dinosaurs lived about 65 million years before humans even appeared on the earth. So there would never have been a chance where a caveman could have met a dinosaur. But it's all fun and games just for our book, The Time Travelling Shed. This is Oscar and this is Lily, and it all started when Oscar really wanted a pet. Mum said, I can't have a dog because she is allergic to dogs. Achoo! And Dad said, I can't have a cat because he's allergic to cats. Achoo! So, what can I have? Oscar asked. What about an ant? Said Lily. No, too small, said Oscar. What about a snake? Suggested Lily. No, too slippery, said Oscar. At that very moment, there was a gigantic flash of blue lightning. It was coming from Mr. Campbell's garden. It was his shed. It exploded in a flash and disappeared right in front of them. Whoa! Flipping burgers, Oscar cried. What was that? Lily asked. But as soon as it vanished, it reappeared with a bolt of blue lightning in the very same spot. Suspicious. Mr. Campbell walked out of his shed like nothing had happened. We need to investigate, said Lily. So they did, but first they needed some supplies. They got their school bags. Oscar filled his with all his leftover Halloween sweets, and Lily filled hers mostly with books. And with that, they set off. Mr. Campbell's shed was still open, so they snuck in. Let's hide here and wait for Mr. Campbell to come back, said Lily. Soon enough, Mr. Campbell did come back. He locked the door and placed the key in his pocket. He pulled down what looked like a television screen, tapped a few buttons, beep, 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 and pulled the lever. The whole place zigzagged. Blue lightning flashed from the window. The floor beneath rumbled and shook, and Oscar and Lily both toppled over. Great Scott! What are you doing here? Asked Mr. Campbell. We could ask you the same, said Lily. Well, I'm taking a trip in my time travelling shed, Mr. Campbell said. Really? Oscar said. Time travel? Lily asked. Yes, come and see, said Mr. Campbell. And it was true. They were no longer in Mr. Campbell's back garden. They were now in a different time completely. Crumbling candy, cried Oscar. Incredible, gasped Lily. But just as Mr. Campbell locked the shed door behind him, a hand reached out and snatched the key. Oh, Nugget, said Mr. Campbell. Oh, shiny, shiny, said the voice of the key snatcher. It was a caveman. Quick, he's getting away, said Oscar. Without that key, we'll never get back to our own time, Mr. Campbell cried. They ran after the caveman, but he was incredibly fast and knew all the great hiding places. Oh no, he's gone, said Oscar. Hey guys, called Lily, trying to get their attention. Did he go this way or that way? Oscar continued. I think you need to see this, said Lily. Which way to pick? So many decisions, Oscar said. Guys, dinosaur! Lily screamed. Oh no! Quick, huddle together and don't move. It won't see you if you don't move. I learnt that from a movie, said Mr. Campbell. But Oscar, for some strange reason, stretched his arms out wide and slapped his hands around the dinosaur's face, giving it the squeeziest hug ever. Oscar, what are you doing? Lily shouted. Then he tickled it under its chin. The dinosaur smiled with his big dinosaur tongue, licked Oscar from head to toe. He just wants to be friends, said Oscar. Is this really happening, said Lily. It's extraordinary, said Mr. Campbell. Well, what are you waiting for? Jump on board. We've got a key to find, Oscar said. The dinosaur most kindly helped by sniffing for the caveman. They walked and walked and walked a whole lot more until they heard a voice. It was the caveman, and to no one's surprise, he was in a cave. Right, Rex, do your stuff, said Oscar. The dinosaur did do its stuff. It quickly jumped quite high, landing right beside the caveman, giving him the fright of his life. The dinosaur roared, rah, and the caveman dropped the shiny, shiny key, just long enough for Lily to snatch it back. Yes, well done, yelled Mr. Campbell. But another caveman appeared from the cave entrance, and another one, and another, and they all must have heard the roar. More upon more cavemen appeared. There were hundreds of them in all directions. They waved their homemade spears above their heads, looking very, very angry. The dinosaur let out a scared roar. We are doomed, said Mr. Campbell. Oh, silly sherbet, yelled Oscar. Sherbet? Asked Lily. That's it, Oscar. Your bag. Empty out your bag. And so Oscar did. He emptied out the biggest pile of sweets ever. The cavemen gazed at the pile in shock. Oscar showed them what to do by unwrapping a sweet and tossing it in his mouth. You eat it, see? Yummy. The cavemen tried for themselves and all gathered round the magical, colourful pile. Their faces beamed as they began to feast. It tasted good, and they ate and ate and ate a whole lot more. Soon enough, they were all smiling and cheering and throwing their arms around each other. They even put a weird-looking crown on Oscar's head and kissed his trainers. But there was no time to hang about. Right, time to go, said Lily. And with that, Mr. Campbell, Lily, Oscar and the dinosaur hurried off into the far distance to find the time-travelling shed. Meanwhile, back at Mr. Campbell's back garden, normal time, that is, a whip of blue lightning flash, and the shed reappeared in the exact same spot. Phew! That was close, said Lily. Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for taking us on an amazing trip. It's been a pleasure. You're both welcome any time, said Mr. Campbell. Talking of both, said Lily, where's Oscar? Mum, Dad, Oscar shouted. I've got myself a new pet. The end. How cool is that? Well, book lovers, Oscar finally got his pet. He got a pet dinosaur. And I bet his mum and dad can't be allergic to dinosaurs. Okay, book lovers, I really hope you enjoyed that book as much as I did. And if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our videos, book lovers, so that we can read together all the time. Okay, I'll see you again next time. Bye.